understand that you are the Director General of the Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu Support Group's Management Council. What does that mean, anyways?
Well, as you know, the Asiwaju Bola Tinubu support groups, we have thousands of them around the country, and all of them are calling on Asiwaju Bola Tinubu to contest for the 2023 presidential elections. They are spread all across the country. All of them have their structures, their pattern of operations, and I'm sure you've seen them all over the media across the street of the Federation. Because you know that the campaign has not started, so the only body that has the flexibility now to continue to operate and to talk and also to mobilize as much as they can within the confines of the law, it's the support group. So it's a central coordinating body to harmonize the activity of the support group, supervise them, optimize the potentials of each of the support group, and also ensure that they are rooted in their various states, local government wards, and the unit.
So you're the Director General. You are like the chair of all of these groups.
Yes, I'm the Director General.
But it's interesting that Bola Tinubu himself has not come out to say he wants to run. So one will wonder if Bola Tinubu is running for president of Nigeria in 2023. Is he running?
Yes, he's running.
He has told you so?
Absolutely.
You have his authority to tell us that he's running for office?
Absolutely, he's running for office. For the presidency in 2013, take it to the bank. He is running.
Bola Tinubu, I told you.
Absolutely, we've discussed with him extensively. There's so much is going on behind the scene, and sometimes I even find it a bit funny when I see people saying, is he contesting or is he not contesting, and the rest. The only thing that is left is just the formality of organizing an event where he's going to express his aspiration, you know, just to notify the public that yes, I'm going to contest. But the issue of Bola Tinubu contesting, it's a done deal. He is going to contest the election. I can assure you that, inshallah, he's going to be on the ballot paper.
You seem to be very confident.
Absolutely.
Because one would wonder, I mean, the power rotation issue is being a major matter, not only in the APC, but outside of the APC. The PDP is also looking at that matter. Other political parties are looking into that matter. How do you hope that the North is convinced that the rotation should go to the South? And if it's in the South, does the Southwest deserve it this time around, considering the agitation for the Southeast? Well,
as far as APC as a party is concerned, if we want to be fair to ourselves, we know that power should, the presidency should shift to the southern part of the country, and that's my own opinion. At every stage of our democracy and general election where a party decides to zone, you still find people from other part of the country contesting. But again, what has history taught us? That there's that consensus, loose consensus, even though it's not in our laws, in our constitution and the rest, that people believe in zoning. And I can assure you that within the APC, of course, I respect people's opinion. That's why we are different. So people can hold their opinion of saying presidency should come to the North. Whoever wants to contest is free to contest. The Constitution gives him the right. But anybody who wants to be fair and who wants to be a good party person understands that the presidency should go to the southern part of the country. And for me, I believe...
southern part, when you say southern part of the country...
I'm coming to that...
because, I mean, the Southeast will say they rightfully, I mean, deserve to have the presidency this time around, considering that the Southwesterner had an 8 years from 1999 to 2007.
Yes, but again, you also have to look at the aspect of input, the aspect of what you bring to the table with due respect to the Southeasterners. I don't have anything against anybody who want to contest, so long as it's going to the southern part of the country. Yes, for the Southeasterners are free to contest. The Southerners, even though they've had their fair share, they are free to contest because they can say that actually happened in another party, not in the APC. But for me, I'm telling you, once it goes to the southern, of course, from southern part of the country, my own choice, and I have a lot of reasons why I believe that it should not even be negotiable. It should go to the Southwest. And when it goes to the Southwest, I have told you straight ahead, it should go to Asiwaju.
We'll come to why you think it should go to Asiwaju Tinubu. Because a lot of people also are putting not only the ethnic or the rotation issue, they're also thinking about religion, because Nigeria is a multi-religious setting. And people will think Muhammadu Buhari from the northern region of the country, from the APC, then the Bola Tinubu that you're supporting is a Muslim from the southwest. Perhaps a thinking that a Christian from the south should have the opportunity. Are you thinking in that line? Because that's how politicians think.
First of all, let me tell you, I completely agree and understand that our country is very sensitive when it comes to politics. The issue of ethnic consideration, the issue of religions consideration is very, very important. Nobody can sweep that under the carpet. But talking personally and weighing the mood of the country, I can assure you that if you give people a choice of someone who will come and improve on what we already have on ground and revamp the economy and increase every aspect and every part of the country. People just want to see progress. People just want to see development. For me, it doesn't matter. If you bring a Christian president, or you bring a Muslim president, for me personally, it doesn't matter. And I've met a lot of
so you don't think that a Muslim ticket might not fly,
even within the party, within my peers and rest, we've had this conversation. But again, you have to respect the fact that the aspect of religion, the aspect of ethnicity, still plays important role in our polity. But I believe that when it comes to the candidate that I'm supporting, Aswaju Bola Tinubu, you know that he's a very experienced politician. You know that he's detribalized. You know that he's not a religious fanatic. You know that he is somebody who is a full Nigerian, who is going to carry everybody along. And I'm very, very sure that when we get to the bridge, he is going to make the right decision. When he becomes the candidate, when he wants to take a running mate, he's going to make the right decision. But again, understand this thing. I think at this point in our country, who is talking about, let me tell you give you an example of the National Assembly where I was for several years. When David Mark was contesting to become a Senate president 10 years ago, he picked Ekweremadu. There was a lot of noise all over the country. Christian. There were a lot of issues. They said he's going to lose the election. We went to the floor. He won the election. What does that tell you? Then secondly, he has gone down in history. When Lawal has not finished his term, David Mark has gone down in history to have the most stable and the most productive Senate in the history of this country. When he was doing that, who remember that David Mark was a Christian, or Ekweremadu was a Christian? Let me tell you something very interesting. Do you know that now the Speaker of the House of Representatives is a Muslim? The Deputy Speaker is a Muslim. I led the campaign. When we were campaigning, they said we are not going to win. I said to them, no, when Nigerians see quality, they take quality over ethnicity and religion, except you do not present quality to Nigerians. Nigerians will take quality over religion.
There's a possibility of a Muslim.
They said to us,
are you saying there's a possibility of a Muslim ticket this time around?
No, that will be the decision of the candidate. And of course, I've said to you that he's a very experienced politician. He's detribalized. He's not a religious fanatic. And so when it comes to that time, I'm sure that he is going to make the right decision.
In your party, the APC, there are names that have been thrown up.
Yeah.
The VP, Oshibajo, his name has been thrown up.
Yes.
The likes of Rotimi Amechi, the Minister of Transport, his name has been thrown up.
Yes.
The likes of the Minister for Niger Delta Affairs, Goswe Akpabio, his name has come up.
Yes.
The Governor of Ekiti, his name has come up. These are perhaps younger potentials for that ticket compared to the man, your principal, that you're supporting. I mean, you think at this point in time, Nigerians are not looking in the direction of younger people to contest for the office of the president.
Good leadership is not a function of age. So when I was much more younger, I used to think about that. But over the years, I've come to realize that you can be 70 years old and be a good leader. Of course, President Muhammadu Buhari, he's over 70. My own assessment of him, I'll call him a good leader. And you were mentioning names of people who are contesting in the party. That's a good thing. And I've always said this. When people come to mention names, I said that tells you the quality of the APC. I would have been worried if today in APC we don't have names to mention that they want to be president. Now you're mentioning them, and you've not even finished mentioning them. But what I keep telling people all the time is that it is one thing to be qualified to be president. It is one thing to be able to make a competent president, and it's another thing to be able to win a presidential election. They are two different things.
So you think your principal has all of this?
You have so many people within the APC that are competent and are qualified to become president. But it's a completely different scenario for you to have the capacity to win a presidential election. For me, I believe that the person who has an edge over all of them, that we can hand over the ticket to him and perhaps go back home and sleep, is Asiwaju Bola Tinubu.
You think the APC can defeat the PDP as things are right now in the country?
If you give the Asiwaju Bola Tinubu the ticket, I think 90% of the race is done.
So let me give you one reason why some people might be worried. Recently, Tinubu's health has become a matter of public discussion, and considering the experiences of Nigerians with leaders in the past with the issue of health, many believe this might affect his chances.
Who doesn't fall sick? You don't fall sick? Who doesn't?
But this is politics.
Who doesn't?
No, I'm asking you because
you have taught
this
us,
is politics.
You have taught us severally that even in politics, there's reality, there's real life. Who doesn't fall sick? Even me, myself, I was ill at some point during the year for 1 month. I am sure, well, of course, in the past, I have called you. Sometimes you say you've taken a break, that you are ill. You know why it is not a subject of public discourse? It's because you are not Bola Asiwaju.
The big question is whether or not the Nigerian people trust the APC and to be able to vote them a third time consecutively, considering the campaigns and the words of the PDP that they say they have come to rescue Nigeria. Is one thing that Tinubu gets a ticket. Is another thing whether or not he can win the election at the general election in 2023. Does the average Nigerian people, do they trust the APC enough to be able to put their destiny in their hands for the third time at the general election?
For whatever accusation that the PDP might have dished on the APC, I can assure you that they are 1,000 times worse than the APC. And they have done 1,000 times far worse than, of course, than the APC. So I really don't want to even delve into.
You were one of them.
You were
in the PDP.
Yeah. Of course, I was in the PDP, and perhaps that of course that's why we left the party. Today I'm in the APC, and we've just spent only 8 years. PDP spent 16 years. You can imagine if we spend another 8 years in the government. Of course, we are going to spend another 8 years in government. What's going to happen?
You seem to be confident with that.
Absolutely, I have no doubt.
The decision is in the hands of the Nigerian people.
Yes, the decision.
Who will give a verdict whether or not they are in for another turn of time to to put their destinies into the hands of the APC.
But but sorry to interrupt you. You walked into this house today, and as far as I am concerned, you saw the Nigerian people within my own domain, within Kano. The state. You saw people and you heard what they are saying. They're still APC. And you've heard them what they're saying about Asiwaju.
When you go, these are partisan supporters of yours.
Let me tell you something.
Some of your diehard
friends. I'm entitled to my opinion.
The point I'm making is that
I'm entitled to my opinion.
The APC had performed on the promises made to Nigerians. That is the crux of the matter.
Let me tell you something, Sheung. Go around the streets and hear all over Kano and northern Nigeria. Everybody is Asiwaju that is doing. Everybody is Asiwaju. I'm surprised when people sit down and they're talking about this thing. Everybody is doing Asiwaju.
It does look like you're taking things spiritual. I saw some spiritual elders or Islamic clerics. Yes. I saw them out there.
Yes.
Is that for this purpose also?
Completely. Of course, we had just now about 2,500 ulamas from all over Kano that all gathered. All we are told, you're coming to pray for Asiwaju because this is what we want. And you see, these are real ulamas. Some of them for a year, 2 years, they don't go out of their domain. They don't even relate very often with, these are spiritual people. These are people who are respected in the community. They've come today, they've spent their time. We've prayed in the Islamic way for Aswaju. Of course, we prayed for the country, for peace and security of the country. But specifically, a special prayers was conducted for Aswaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And if you look at it, you yourself, it will. When you walked in, and probably that's why it didn't skip your mind. You had to ask that question. Spiritually, you know that he has been ordained, inshallah.
Honorable Abdul Mumin Jibrin, popularly called Kofor around here. Thank you so much.
That's the name of my town, my village.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for talking through.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you.